Hey Kerbal Space fans, how's everybody doing? And as you can see, we built a cannon. So Veos put on his community page this challenge by Wookiee to fire this payload, which is just a probe body, 8 batteries, and 2 RCS tanks, as far as possible. I saw that both Veos and Wookiee made catapults, but the video specifically said it was calling to catapult and cannon makers. I am a cannon maker. But props to those guys that make catapults, they're way harder to make. So this is my finished product, and I will show you how it works. Important part here is when it stops spinning to make sure it stays prograde. And it'll fly out a little bit. Results may vary. This is kind of me showing off because I saw Veos' record and it was like 6 something, and Wookiee's is like 500 and something, and mine are almost always in the thousands. So, ha! Anyway. So now that I've done that, let's continue with our what I've been up to video. So this is what I've been up to, March. I'm about to start releasing my new video series, which will be the reusable programmed of Minmus. But as you can see here, I've been working on a lopsided, weird-looking version of the Dragon version 2, the one that'll carry people to the ISS, according to Elon Musk. It doesn't look that much like it. Again, it's more about function instead of so much the look of it, but I did try to match the look of it pretty well. The solar panels are on a removable skirt. It has engines in the back, and it has landing gear inside. As I was making this thing, I really did start going crazy with all the other SpaceX rip-off stuff that I was doing. And let me show you the finished design. The finished design includes the Falcon Heavy that will hoist it, along with a fairing and everything. Here we go. So, those of you familiar with the Falcon Heavy will know that it's Elon Musk and his friends over at SpaceX's proposed heavy cargo lifter. As you can see, on the bottom of this are 9 of the quote Merlin engines. And there's 3 of them strapped together. The Dragon capsule's in there. Reading the article about the Falcon Heavy on the SpaceX webpage, he was talking about fuel crossfeed, which after reading it more closely is, guess what? Asparagus staging. I've always wondered why nobody did that in real life. Well, Elon Musk will. So let's put this thing in space. You guys have a look at what simulated, according to me, SpaceX launch looks like. And I'll see if I can bring the little Dragon back, because it's been hard to land. It's perfectly orbit capable. I'll kind of show you guys how it works. Okay, so off we go. It's a little laggy, a lot of parts. So as you can see, there's the 9 engines on each tank, like the Falcon. And the Falcon Heavy is really just 3 Falcons stapled together for the most part. So let's pull it the other way. I'm not going to go over the ocean because I don't want to land on the ocean. This thing is a little overpowered, so it'll actually exceed the 200 meter per second speed limit that Scott Manley's always talked about in the lower atmosphere. And of course, when I'm trying to film a video, other weird stuff happens. Like, it's never wobbled like this before. Oh, you wobbly thing. Let's throttle down and see if that cuts the wobble some. Okay. That had controlled it a bit. Oh, that's interesting. So anyway, the side one would separate. They have, separatrons built into them, and they would fall away. Then just your regular Falcon 9 would continue the rest of the mission. Those would somehow try to land. I'd say try, because of course I'm not going to set that up. How? I don't know. It has its second stage, which is normally just a single booster. Of course, once out of the atmosphere, it can jettison the fairing. And there it is. Woo, bouncy. That's my version of the Dragon Mark II. Now, I've seen this in the little videos. For some reason, the little solar skirt that it has fins on it, and I'm wondering to myself, why? It's gonna be in space. It's gonna be jettisoned before re-entry, and they're probably gonna have a fairing over it on the way up. So what on earth could the fins be for? Unless they're not fins. Maybe that's what the fairing is mounted on or something. I don't know. It just never made any sense to me. Anyway, so we would separate from that. All that it has is RCS engines there on the skirt and nice big RCS tanks. That's what I would use to dock and whatnot. Then after re-entry, we'd point the heat shield, and today being played by that tank. And we come in for a landing. Now, supposedly this one will not actually rely on parachutes. I have parachutes just in case I screw up, but supposedly this one will have rockets and retractable landing gear that pulls out of the fuselage, kind of like that, except without cheating. It'll actually have holes for it. And the rockets that I've seen on there are kind of like built into the body. I didn't do that, but still it's okay. And in theory, you should be able to use some rockets like this and bring in for a soft landing. This is not looking that soft, is it? Come on! Come on, rockets! You can do it! Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna really hurt. Boom. Thank goodness I did this unmanned, huh? It does have enough delta V and thrust to land, but of course I started my suicide burn late. That's one thing that I've been up to. Now, other than that, you can see the action groups are pretty gigantic. I was watching some old videos of people, you know, building little fighting cars and whatnot, and I was trying to build some of my own. And I came up with a really high-speed little car. I was trying to use this, you know, for playing little Kerbal war games and whatnot. As you can see, it's very compact, very little. Some armor, but not a lot. But this thing is very fast. So you can see here, it only has 4 I-beam rockets. You know, this is your standard I-beam rocket. And it is a jet car. So in jet car mode, you will run it with the landing gear down and using just the control wheel to steer so that you don't die. See, with the landing gear having the steering locked, and the control wheel is doing the only turning, you can cut a little car like this loose and move as fast as you want. I have it limited to 25% because it's such a light little thing that any bump will make it fly. But I can get it going to, you know, 70 meters per second usually. And I can drive. I mean, the turning is very slow and you gotta be careful for bumps, but you can do it. Then, of course, if you want to slow down and stop, you can lay on the brakes. And at about, you know, a little under 40 or under 30 meters per second, you can put the landing gear away and actually just drive around like a car. I enable fine controls for this because this thing is tippy, because it's still moving pretty quick. The weapon systems, as usual, can go either long range or short range, as they can whenever you have landing gear that's higher than your wheels. So let me give you an example of that. I'll land this shot and hit that building. So if I just fire regular, there they go, kind of looking at upward arc. Now, I have the action group set so that I can deploy or retract the landing gear individually. If I need to aim up higher, that'll actually fire higher. If on the contrary, I want to aim lower, I can, with the action groups, put the back away, raise the back, put the front away, raise the back, and fire close range. And now it was like that, method of aiming. And of course, once we're done, and you know, we're out of ammo, our munitions have been spent, you can get back in jet car mode and head for home. Now, driving this thing around, it was so fun to drive around. You know, the whole weapons thing is overrated right now because there's nothing really to shoot at unless I just stand a target out there. You know, there's no multiplayer in Kerbal Space Program, as my friend Malachi has always been asking me about. But anyway, I found that this thing was just fun to drive. So I made like a much more survivable like travel version. It's unarmed. It still has armor and whatnot. Wow. Please don't die, Jeb! Oh no. Anyway. Yeah, so I made the civilian model, which is right here. So no weapons. Some fuel-reduced Separatrons to flip itself over and right itself. And a roll cage. The roll cage does blow off, but it doesn't matter. A ladder to get Jeb in and out, or, you know, to get him down if you want to go repair wheels. And a crap ton more fuel. The military one only has one thing of fuel because we're only going to be fighting around the VAB. But I was thinking if you wanted to do like a road trip or something, you know, go out driving around Kerbal, you could take something like this because it's quick and it's really efficient. You have to be a little bit careful, but it works really well. The efficiency of a jet engine limited to 25% is pretty crazy. So anyway, here's how the flipping mechanism works. And you're driving around, you're kind of being reckless, and oh my goodness! So the first thing is, yeah, parts of it will blow off, but for the most part, the buggy is intact. It's just that roll cage that gets damaged. So what you would do is, since it has a control wheel, you can kind of put it back into the best position to flip it over, which in this case would be like this, and then over you go. Oh no. Oh no! That was my one shot. I guess I put it in too good a position to flip over. Jeb, you done messed up. Murphy's Law all over again. You know, I did this like 4 times in practice, and it never did that. The one time I'm filming a video when everything else worked out a little bit better. Well, the dragon didn't, but whatever. I won't tell anybody. So yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, it didn't help either. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. I'm gonna get one more shot of this thing zipping across the landscape at maximum velocity. Which is that way. But I want to show you guys this, how it actually does handle the hills pretty well. Okay. Alright, there we go. So here on the flat, it's very easy. You can go forever on the flat as fast as you want. It's pretty much a runway. If you build a jet car like this, you probably want to limit your speed to 30 or 40 once you start hitting the hills. I'm going to be doing that. Even on the uneven terrain, you'll see that this thing is not particularly bad at handling it, even though it's moving fast. So I'm going to hit it at full speed. I don't care. It'll slow down. It'll slow down quite a bit once it starts going uphill. So yep. Catch a little error here. That's fine. And you can see, it can traverse terrain and whatnot. And, you know, this is basically 1/8 throttle, because it's limited to 25%. And at half throttle is 25%. As you can see, I've come a long way, and I've barely used 1 1/4 units of fuel so far. So, good road trip vehicle. If you guys want to do any of those, you know, drive somewhere, challenges, something like this would probably be good. The flipping mechanism is a one-off, so you want to be careful you don't get flipped over, because you only have that one shot to flip yourself back if you don't mess it up like I do. And of course, if the going does get tough, you can always revert to just being electrical, or if you run out of fuel or something. So let's see what happens if I lower it at over 40 meters per second. Well, there you go. So there's no engine pushing here, but every now and then you'll get, stuck trying to go up a hill or something. And having that jet will help a lot. Seems with the 6 wheels and the power that it has, it's not going to go too fast over 20 meters per second like this. As far as internal design, below the armor plates, because this was designed as a military vehicle originally, after the cockpit, of course, there's just a bunch of those thermovoltaics and the gas tanks and one intake. That's enough to run, your jet buggy. Let's give it some more gas. Let's see what happens at 2/3 throttle. For some reason, the terrain seems to affect it less on the landing gear. Even though you think it'd have more control and more suspension. No. It actually hops over the terrain better like this. How fast are we going? 55. That's a considerable speed. You can get a lot of places like that. It's only a matter of time till at this speed I hit something and it'll just fling me into the air or roll me over. But anyway, that's where I'm going to cut this video off, so stay tuned. I'm about to start uploading. I'll use other less pretentious words. My new series of the reusable program to Minimus. I'll probably be doing that sometime this week. And, be staggering those episodes as I normally do. Lord of the Ringsing it as such. For now, this is Ross signing off, and thanking you guys very much for watching. And thank you guys like Veos and Wookie who keep making challenges for me to destroy, because I love challenges. I love to just sit there and think of a solution to a problem. That's probably why I love this game so much. So again, fly safe. Bye.